Hello, David.
Hello, Boris.
We saw your new movie, Hello, I Water, last week in Paris. It's an amazing movie with a good screenplay, a perfect casting, and a beautiful photography. How did you succeed to have such casting with Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine, and Ben Foster?
Well, it was obviously I'm very happy to have a fantastic cast and a very strong project, and I think it all came together with the combination of everyone loving Taylor's great script, and people wanting to, I guess, work with me. It came together in a very quick and very beautiful way, and I love what everyone has done.
Yes.
And we were cooking with gas when we were making this film. We really felt that we were doing some great stuff, and we could feel it on the day that there was a beautiful energy, and I'm very proud of the film and the way the shape of the film, and the different subjects, the different tones. There's a lot of comedy. It's a serious film as well. It's a film about modern America, and it's currently doing well in America and playing to people in the middle of America.
Yes.
And this is a very strong feeling for me to have. I'm from Scotland, but to have been able to make a proper American film was good.
Good. Hello, I Water is your ninth film. Can you tell us a little about your work with the screenwriter Taylor Sheridan?
Well, Taylor's script. Taylor wrote this script as a cri de coeur. He didn't go through a normal development process. He wrote it. It came out very well formed.
Yes.
I read it and I said, I don't want to change a word. This is perfect, And I love the sense of place. I love the strong characters. I love the sort of background of reality, and I loved most particularly the shape, the narrative shape. And I'm a fan of Taylor's, and we remain good friends. And as a director, I respect always the screenplay, but I'm also very liberal with it. We play with it, and Taylor's seen what we've done, and is very happy with the film. And the film is not exactly the same as a screenplay, but a piece of paper is one thing, and a film is another thing. They have a different life, but the source of this film is very much from this screenplay.
Good. How did you manage to find the perfect places to shoot your movie film?
Well, it's interesting that because there's a lot of places that were for real in West Texas. Yes. But we weren't able to film in West Texas. We filmed in New Mexico, which is the neighboring state.
Yes, no place.
And we went. I took my production designer, Tom Duffield, and my director of photography, Giles Nutchins, on a tour of Texas. Yes. And then we crossed the border into New Mexico, and we started to find the things that we saw in Texas in New Mexico. So there was a lot of miles discovering this. But all the film is entirely shot on location. There's no sets, and for me as a foreigner to look at this landscape and to see the beauty of it was a major part of the film.
Yes, of course. What were your source of inspiration for this film?
The main, apart from the script, of course, the main inspiration, I suppose, was country and western music. We listened to a lot of country and western music to get into the vibe, particularly the outlaw country, like Waylon Jennings and those sort of people, and that was a real sort of sense of the spirit. We did a little bit of research about the Texas Rangers and ranching, and of course some of the great films set in the Midwest. I'm particularly a fan of the films from the 1970s. Yes. Not just the westerns of Sam Peckinpah, Robert Altman, the revisionist western, but also there's a great movie by Don Siegel called Charlie Varick, which is a very special movie that was very part of my thing. And also Jeff Bridges, he made the Last Picture Show, which is set in Archer City, where our first bank robbery takes place in Archer City. So there's a circle for Jeff. Yes. Very, very early in his career as a very young, almost a boy. He plays in Last Picture Show, and he comes back to almost the same, pretty much the same place, fictionally so. as a Texas Ranger nearly retired, which is a cool thing. You know.
Yeah. What was the most difficult challenge that you have met during the production of this film?
It's a good question. I get asked a lot about the challenges, and there were challenges to do with a lot of stuff takes place in cars, so to try and make car stuff not boring, to make the energy was a bit of a challenge. To deal as a Scottish person with the very hot weather was a challenge. But most of the film was not really a challenge at all. Most of the film was a very happy experience, and we all became a real family when we were making it, and I had a very happy time making it.
Yeah, Hello, I Water is a perfect mix of different types of films: western, road movie, and comedy. How did you find the good balance between these types?
Well, that was part of the DNA of the project, but also the balance is about changing the tones and all these shapes, and some of that is in the filming of it, which obviously we did, but also quite a lot of it is in the editing of it. And my editor, Jake Roberts, and myself worked together very closely. And Jake is a very, very talented man, and it's about finding the journey through all these different flavors. And what I hope is the film is a satisfying meal of lots of different flavors that add up into something that's a complete experience.
Perfect mix. Perfect.
Yes, thank you.
What is for you a good atmosphere during the production of a film? You can feel a real connection between the different actors on the movie. Perfect feeling.
Well, the feeling is that we all come together and we're a great team, and for the actors and the director of photography and myself, we have a lot of trust and a lot of freedom, and we keep some of all of the distractions of the rest of production away from us, and in the center of the film we are all allowed to express ourselves and to play and to explore the material and to extract the beauty from the material.
Looking at your filmography, we can think comedy, Top Boy for example, thrillers, Asylum, and drama starring up. What do you like about the Western genre?
It's part of the iconography of the discovery of America. It's also a film about landscape. I mean, the Westerns always films about landscape, and a very impressive, very empty landscape, which is something I find very beautiful, also very soulful.
Yeah. Which scene was the most difficult to shoot in this film, and why?
Well, it's a hard one. In a way, I say the end scene.
Yes.
Because it was Chris Pine's last day of filming and Jeff Bridges' first major day of filming, and there was a lot of complicated things to do. We had just one day to do it, and it's a 8 or 9 minute scene. It was hard, and it was good, but I was scared because so many pressures to make a really great ending, and I'm very pleased with the ending of the film. But we had to do it in a very little time.
Good. The music in this film is very important to create an ambience. How did you work on this film with Ryan Ellis and Nick Cave?
Well, we loved their work on other films, and it came together that we asked them to do the film, and we had already chosen quite a lot of the country music, so we needed to find some way of kind of making a contrast with the country music and the score, which is for tension and for drama. And Nick and Warren are very creative people who we had a very strong experience working together.
Good. What are your current projects?
I'm thinking of many different films. I don't know which one is going to work, but I'm about to go off to Canada to work on a TV pilot for America called Damnation, which is about striking farmers in the 1930s Great Depression in Iowa. Good.
My last question, what kind of advice could you give to someone who would like to work as a director?
Well, I mean, it's a long game, you know, and you have to go from project to project. You have to embrace each project for what it is, and put your heart and soul into that, and keep going. And Sometimes this requires persistence, and sometimes it takes a long time to get a film off the ground. Sometimes a film, some films are harder than others, but you just have to, keep going, I would say.
Thank you. Can I take some pictures to finish?
Sure.
Do you want some water?
Thank you.